Hey Cancer, this is your weekly reading for March 14th to March 20th. I'm going to start by building your emotion pyramid, then I'll clarify with cards from Spirit and cards for connections. So to build your pyramid, I'm going to start by pulling the peak of your pyramid, the leading emotion. So the peak of your pyramid is joy. Now to see what other emotions you're dealing with, I'm going to pull your two major players. And your root. All right, so your two major players are the Seven of Hearts and the Jack of Diamonds, which are boredom and frustration. Sorry, I wasn't sure if it was loneliness too, but I'm gonna go with boredom for now. Your root is focus. Oh, loneliness. There we go. And terror. Wow, okay. So these are your two major players, and then your root is what you gotta work through to get to your next week. Okay, this is odd because the peak of your pyramid is joy. I can see it as the category because there's no card that represents happiness in here. And the only card from the suit of happiness is the Six of Clubs. Focus. But that's an emotion you gotta work through. The category of joy is calmness, joy, ecstasy, and optimism. I'm gonna bet on optimism because this is very interesting. Boredom and frustration. I mean, that makes sense. That you'd be bouncing between the two because they both kind of trigger each other. I'm just wondering if your Four of Spades is the reason for all of this. Are you like focused on something that terrifies you? And your advice from Spirit is positivity and creativity. Well, art can mend a broken heart, but I'm not sure if they mean creativity in that sense or if they mean manifestation. Could be both. Something weird here. It's like a false, I think it's a false sense of calmness that you're coming to the realization of. It's like you were rooted so deeply in focus, whatever you're focusing on, that you realize that that's not truly the way to happiness. And so it shakes any calmness that it provided for you. So now you're completely terrified. A bit of loneliness kicked in. I'm not quite sure where it's coming from. It could be caused by anything, truly. I guess we'll look at the other cards and see. And I guess the thing is that once you come out of that focus, is like, what am I supposed to do? I'm literally bored. And the advice is creativity. Look, it's right on top of it. I mean, but since you're not delving into any form of creativity, whether that be spiritual or artistic, this is where the frustration kicks in. Let's see what the card says. Okay, there's something about lashing out your frustration on others where if you're not at least somewhat, you can be, if you're not direct and you decide to just lash your frustration out on others, it doesn't really help because they can't send positive vibes back to you. It's like, if you can be the minimum of honest that and reveal your innermost love, reveal your innermost love for other people, your most desire, people can at least respect you for expressing it, even if they don't desire the same. But you won't. I mean, there's no harm in wanting to, there's nothing wrong with wanting to connect with people. I think you're just having a hard time. It's like you have no outlet for the frustration. So when you're trying to tell people that you want to connect with them, you just let out frustration because that's the most present emotion in you at the moment, and so it just jumps out. Where if you delve into some creativity, you could let out that frustration, and then everything else that you want to say will come out or be easier to express. Because it's like everything you're trying to say is just kind of, I guess, dipped in frustration. Interesting. All right, let's pull some connection cards for you. Yeah. I mean, we already went. Let's see. Yeah, we have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I mean, yeah, and we went through how exactly you can get to that stage. Because obviously there's a bit of a block to get there. And yeah, totally. New love, and that doesn't have to be new people. It's just like a new level, a new sense of love is bound to show up around you, be given to you. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna pull one more spirit card for you. You have honesty. I am honest in thought, word, and deed. I think it's really being honest with others. And sort of sharing that introspection that you did. You'll be surprised by the positive results. All right, Cancer, that is everything I have for you. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.